Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yankee Stadium.
All right. How's it going, everybody? Today is Friday, August 16th. It's the day that Elvis died in the 70s. And the Yankees have 40 games left. They are currently 72-50. Let's take a look at the standings real quick. Orioles and Yankees tied atop the American League East. Red Sox 8 games back. Rays pretty much out of it, 12 games back. Look over in the AL Central. Guardians, best record in the American League at 72-49. Twins on their heels, 4 games back. Pretty good race in the AL Central. And then the AL West, Astros back out on top by 3 games at 65-55. You knew they were going to come on eventually. As we go through the National League, Phillies 71-50 in first place in the NL East. Braves on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. Brewers lead the NL Central. Yankees really thumped the Brewers when they were in town. And Brewers lead by 9 games over the Reds. Dodgers 71-51. They lead the D-backs and the Padres, who are both red hot, by just 2 games. There's a world where the Dodgers don't win the NL West. Let's take a look at the Yankees stats for the year so far as we approach the final quarter of the season. First, we could go through Baseball Reference WAR. Aaron Judge leads with 8.4 wins above replacement. Juan Soto at 7.5. I mean, absolutely historic season for these guys. Luis Gil comes in at 3.0, despite kind of a tough outing last time. Anthony Volpe at 2.9. He got off to such an amazing start. He was at about 2.5 wins above replacement in May, and then he's really slowed down. You see Austin Wells really climbing the charts. He's at 2.5 wins above replacement, 257 average, but he's hitting over 300 for about the last month. Still 24 years old, so he's got a long way to go in his career, and we're just seeing the very beginnings of what I think is going to be a very, very good player. Gleyber Torres still having a down year, 236, 10 homers, 658 OPS. Volpe at 249 with 11 home runs. Oswaldo Cabrera has gotten the most starts for the Yankees at third base this year. He's at 248, 8 home runs. He's basically played a little bit more than a half a season, 280 plate appearances, 670 OPS, but he has been swinging the bat a little bit better lately. Love his energy. Loved the 2-base sac fly the other night that he made with his legs. Alex Verdugo has really stunk, over the last several months. He's hitting 237. I think at some point when Dominguez gets hot, you got to make that swap. You got to turn Verdugo into your 4th outfielder and bring up Dominguez to play left. Judge having a historic season, 333, 43 home runs, 110 ribbies, and Soto 34 home runs, 87 RBIs to go along with a 307 batting average, 1.052 OPS. And Giancarlo Stanton finally starting to heat up a little bit more. He's got another 20 home run season. He's basically played half the year, so maybe he can get another 30 or 40 games in and get over 100 games played. You'd like him to get closer to 30 home runs. That would be sick. And then tonight, the New York Yankees will take on the Detroit Tigers at 6:40 p.m. Garrett Cole on the mound and TBD for the Detroit Tigers. So let's go ahead and take some voicemails as we approach the weekend set in Detroit and see what is on your mind.
I live in New York City! I cannot believe you had the balls to do it!
Hey, Derek, it's Noelle. I am touching base because I'm curious what your thoughts might be on Cashman's comments to the media this week that there's not a lane for Jason Dominguez. I feel like a lot of teams make lanes for players. I mean, I'm not sure if that's – I sometimes wonder if he's just messing with the media when he says stuff like that. But I'm curious your thoughts on a lane for Jason Dominguez and bringing back the Martian.
I mean, you guys know me. I'm a huge Martian fan. I think he's going to be great. He got off to a slow start when he came back from the oblique injury, but he's been stinging the ball a little bit more lately down there at AAA. I think that they're trying to let Verdugo come out of his funk, but at some point you just have to call it a bad season for Verdugo. It's been like 2.5, 3 months where his on-base percentage has been like below 300, and he's still hitting that leadoff spot I think Dominguez might be energized by getting a shot at the major leagues, but does that cause some kind of a disruption in the clubhouse? You take a guy's job away who's been there all year. And look, Verdugo's done a nice job defensively, and Cashman has to consider that. The run prevention is a very important part of winning baseball. And we don't know necessarily how Dominguez is going to translate to left field. He's mostly played center field in the minors. I'd imagine there's still going to be some growing pains and some kind of adjustment, but you could also put him in center field and move Judge to left field. He's, although not looked super comfortable out there either the few times that he's been in left field. So while there's not a clear-cut lane, I think, like you said, they could make a lane, but it would require Verdugo going to the bench. I think if somebody gets hurt, which is a very likely scenario given that there's 6 weeks left in the season, very rare that everybody stays healthy all the way through the season. I think if somebody gets hurt, you're going to see Dominguez.
Hey, Derek, this is William from Florida. I'm loving what Juan Soto is doing at the moment. I love him as a player, love him in the Yankees. Can you talk about if the Yankees do re-sign him this year to whatever amount of money, eventually it's going to be a record-setting contract, what does that do to the future of the Yankees? Like, what does signing him, how would that affect us on re-signing pitchers into the team and, fixing our bullpen, or maybe adding another position player in the future?
Listen, Juan Soto is one of a kind as a hitter, especially at 25 years old. You see where he ranks in baseball in all these StatCast metrics: batting run value, 100th percentile, slugging, exit velocity, barrel, bat speed, and the amount he squares the ball up, strikeout percentage, of course, the walk percentage. His spray chart looks like a pepperoni pizza. He hits the ball all over the ballpark. And he's young. He's full of energy. He plays every day. But you have exactly the right consideration. How much can the Yankees actually build around he and Judge and Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton when they have all of these huge contracts to pay? I think that there's a less than 50% chance that the Yankees will re-sign Juan Soto. If I had to put all of my money in a pile and push it towards, a team that I think would sign him, I think it's probably going to be the Mets because they need that big star. They've got unbelievable amounts to spend. Soto grew up as a Mets fan. Now, obviously, playing for the Yankees is something special, and it will not be as prestigious to go to the Mets. And also, that would be his fourth team. I mean, do you really want to be a superstar that bounces from team to team to team? But I think wherever he goes, he's going to finish his career. I would bet it's the Mets just for the reasons that you said. The Yankees already have a lot of money invested, and to pay him $50, $55, $60 million is going to really take away their ability to put players around him. And that's a big concern. That's a big, big concern. But enjoy the season that we're watching. Maybe he can help us get back to the World Series, but he's an unbelievable player for sure.
Hi, Derek. This is Barbara in Florida. First of all, Austin Wells, who in the minor leagues was supposed to be good hit, weak arm, and yesterday he threw a bullet to second base to throw out the runner. He's been great, and especially in the batting fourth, which is a lot of pressure. And if Boone takes Trevino and they split between righties and lefties, I'm going to scream. Second, I think Orlando Cabrera brings some life into place because sometimes they look totally lifeless, and he should be playing most of the time. I don't know about Peraza, but Cabrera, especially if he hits a little bit, they sometimes look totally lifeless altogether.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Austin Wells first, and we'll get to Oswaldo Cabrera. So yesterday on Foul Territory, Aaron Boone implied that Austin Wells will get the bulk of the at-bats, even though we've got Jose Trevino coming back tonight. You look at Austin Wells' StatCast numbers, and they're really good. He's in the 91st percentile of fielding run value. When you dig into the catching percentages, he's above average in blocks. He's slightly below average in caught stealing. In framing, he's well above average, 95th percentile. Obviously, that will be hurt when the automated ball strike system comes, but that won't be here for at least a couple of years. Pop time, he's about league average. So he's above average as a defensive catcher. So you can't use the excuse, oh, well, Trevino's this platinum glove guy. He's so good, and the defense. He is solid, but Austin Wells is pretty much just as good. And when you look at the offensive side, Austin Wells has been tremendous. He's in the 91st percentile of walk percentage. He's getting tougher and tougher to strike out. The power is emerging. He's had about 250 at-bats, 292 plate appearances. He's got 9 home runs. He was off to a really slow start with the power, but now it seems like every few games he connects. I think next year when you run him out there as the primary catcher and he catches 120, 130 games, he's probably going to hit 20-plus home runs, probably going to hit 270, 275 at least. Over the last month, he's basically hitting 300. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Austin Wells. I think he's the future catcher for sure. Honestly, wouldn't mind putting him at first base eventually if the Yankees have some other catchers that come up, or if Ben Rice doesn't work out. He's got a swing that you really want to get in there as often as possible, and that's difficult to do when you're the primary catcher because you definitely need some days off. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Austin Wells. As far as Oswald Peraza, love his energy. I've always felt like he's a spark plug. Offensively, last year, he had a tough year. He got off to a great start this year, and then he kind of plummeted for a while. But now I think he's on the ascent again, and it'll be interesting to see how much playing time he gets down the stretch, especially with Oswald Peraza back up and on the bench. Would not be surprised to see Peraza get some starts this weekend in Detroit.
Hey, Derek, this is Terry from Ohio. How about my man Cabby scoring from second base on a sacrifice fly? If that doesn't send a message to Boone, this kid needs to play. He wants to play. Let the kid play. Screw the numbers. Let the kid play. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, a lot of calls today and yesterday about Oswaldo Cabrera. I mean, he's definitely been impressive with his hustle. And I don't know about screw the numbers. Numbers are what drive baseball, but I think his numbers will improve with more playing time. And I think that the fact that he's rebounded from that big slump he had after the hot start is something that we can look to and say, hey, this kid has made adjustments. I don't know if he's ever going to be an all-star caliber player, but he's a fun guy to watch. And look, this is the entertainment business after all. So if the fans want to see him, give him some more at-bats.
Hey, Derek, Paper Talk here from the Catskills. I just got to congratulate you. I know you made that announcement. Pinstripe Territory, love it. I got to change my phone here from New York Yankee recaps. I'm a long-time diehard Yankees fan. I watch every inning of every game. And for the last couple of years, I don't miss your show. I think you're awesome, man. I think you're just deep baseball knowledge. You're a passionate fan. You're very funny. You crack me up. Your videos are awesome, and you seem like a great guy.
I appreciate it. I'm actually not a great guy. Actually, I was the second gunman on the grassy knoll. All right, so big start tonight for Gerrit Cole. He struck out 10 in 5 1/3 innings his last time out. I fully expect him to pitch very well against this Tigers team. And look, Yankees and Orioles are knotted up at the top of the division with 40 games left to go. This is a pennant race in the making, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I don't know if we've had a real true pennant race since I started this channel. I mean, the Yankees have either run away with the division and almost given it away, or they've been, out of it. But I feel like this year, this last stretch of games is going to be a ton of fun, and it's going to culminate with that series against the Orioles in late September at Yankee Stadium. Maybe I'll try and be there. We'll see. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Nostra Derek prediction, and then I will see you after the game tonight. Reminder to like and subscribe as we climb towards 50,000. And I appreciate all the kind words about the new name and all that stuff, Pinstripe Territory. It's been a ton of fun. It's been a blast doing this for the first week, and more to come. All right, today's Nostra Derek prediction. Gerrit Cole will have 9+ strikeouts in today's game. We're on a 2 straight hit streak, I guess, 2-game hitting streak. We had the home run from Aaron Judge. We had 2+ hits from Juan Soto. So we got 2 in a row looking to make it the hat trick. Gerrit Cole with 9 Ks tonight. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.